We are now on to step 7. What's the first thing we got to do? We got to start recording on here so everybody can see, right? Okay. That worked. Okay, so we left off on creating the title card, right? So now we have the music. We already have the lyrics lined up. We have the motion video, which is actually going to be a still video this time. So technically it's not video, right? It's just a still. And then we have the thumbnail, which we need to put at the very beginning. So let's go move on to that. We're assembling stuff. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. All right, so we've got Premiere up. This is the session. And what we're gonna wanna do is first find the title card. So let's go back into our media. It is under graphics. Okay. We have, well, let's delete Snapchat border. We don't use that anymore. Okay, so we've got text, background, and thumbnail. Okay. Let's close this window. We're going to drag the thumbnail out. And the thumbnail, I only put it on the very first frame. The only reason I do that is because, well, honestly, you've got Snapchat. Snapchat, you can't pick your thumbnail. It automatically picks the very first frame of your video. So Snapchat, that's the main reason. But rather than having to make multiple copies, you make one. And now anytime I need to do a YouTube video or Instagram, TikTok, all of those other ones, I use the same video. And then when you get to the point where it says to select a thumbnail, shoot, scroll it to the very beginning and use that as a thumbnail. Just makes it a lot quicker and easier. So we've got the thumbnail on here, and then we're going to drop the background on here. We're gonna want it on the bottom layer because everything goes on top of it. This white mat, I don't need it anymore. This is actually a placeholder for this file, the video itself or the image. And here's another thing. Even though the thumbnail clip is set up at the very beginning, what I ended up doing on a previous one, I think it was yesterday's, the Frozen Dreams, that one, we ended up leaving the title sequence on and just faded it out. And then towards the end, we brought it back in and it worked well. So maybe we'll do that with this one too. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, from the very beginning, the cover is way too big. The image is bigger than the screen, right? So we just need to reduce the size of the image so that way it fits within the screen. That's not the correct. Oh, no, we have to be on the first frame to see it. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's what was happening. Make it bigger. Sit there. Okay, 70%, it fills this whole part, right? Where do the words come in? Where do the words come in? Let's see. Okay, there's a difference in size right now between the title and the other one. So what I'm going to need to do is make sure they're both the same size so that way when it goes from one to the, you'll see. So this image, which is just the background image, this one's also too big. So I'm going to reduce it in size so it fills the frame. Now, technically, it should go from one to the other seamlessly. Yep, see? Now it just looks like the title came on, but really it changed from one picture to another. How about we have it fade out right here? To do that, we're basically going to move the title all the way up to this point, and we're going to add a fade out at the end. Okay. Why did I cut out? Because we need to make this longer so that way this image extends to the end of the video. right? Where's the end? That's the end. You're the pioneer. Okay, we didn't trim the text on Pioneer, so let's do that now. And then we're going to extend the background to the end and dissolve it. Okay. So let's see how this looks at the beginning. Questions in my pocket weighing down my soul. Okay, that works. Now, you're probably wondering what happened to the black background. We just turned it off. There, it's back, right? Now what I like to do with this is actually just make it match something on the thumbnail. Again, so going back to the idea of using like the darker color on the screen somewhere. So let's go back in here. Let's pick something. I like the greens. Where's all these darks, all these grays? Okay, this is a grayish green, right? How's this look? Yeah, it works. Let's change the opacity. So we're going to make it a little bit lighter. Let's find a place where there's words. Questions in. Curious, what happened? What if we use this color, the whatever we're using on Finding the Way, the green? Let me open Photoshop back up. If you use a Mac and you like to hunt for your icons, your apps, here, this is something that I use all the time. I'm really big on using hotkeys because it makes things really quick. If you hold the Command key and press the space bar, you get the spotlight search. Hey, I'm looking for Photoshop. Photo, by the time I type photo, it automatically knows, and I just press enter. Boom, Photoshop launches. Quick. All right, we're gonna, nope. We need to open up the other file. It was background, right? Thumbnail. Use the eyedropper tool to select that green, and then we're going to come in here and find out what the code is. Copy it. We're going to come back in here, and now we're going to change this to match it so it's the same color green. Boom. Now when we come over here, it's the same color green. We'll just have to play with the opacity a little bit. You know, I wonder, I've never really played with the blending options in here before. Let's see if we get anything with that. Darken, multiply. Ooh, I kind of like that one. And now we just changed the opacity. It's almost got like this jade color to it. Sweet. Let's see how it matches though. Questions in my pocket weighing down my soul. Okay, that works. I like the way it looks. Now what we need to do is pick a color for the text and pick a color for the drop shadow on the text. Let's go ahead. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the drop shadow. How do we turn it off? We just reduce the opacity. Okay, that works. I don't even know if we really need to play with the text. I mean, the white looks fine. Let's leave it. White's fine. The drop shadow. What are we going to choose for the drop shadow? Actually, a dark color like that works fine too. This is, so with some of the videos, I basically made the text colors match the background. For some of them, I made them glow. Some of them, I made them look like they're standing out on top. Just use your judgment, whatever, or use your judgment. I basically just, whatever works for the image. This one, I get this feeling of almost like looking at a Hallmark card right now, right? So I don't want my graphics or my text to look like it's blending in or shining. I kind of want it to look like a card. And that's kind of what this looks like, almost like a stationary effect, right? So I'm using a dark drop shadow It's not like overly soft and like blended everywhere. It helps the text pop out. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to copy this file, or not this file, this clip. And Adobe Premiere has this option where you can paste the attributes of one clip to another, right? Basically, you duplicate your changes across multiple ones. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the attributes off of the rest of the clips. And now I'm going to paste the attributes from the first clip on all the other ones so that, including the drop shadow, everything is the same. The height, everything, all that. Okay, I think we're good for a final run through. Let me double check. Okay. I want the matte to fade out first before the song ends. And I want to keep the background in the very last thing. You're the pioneer. Perfect. All right, let's do a run through real quick.
Questions in my pocket weighing down my soul. Gotta find a way before I lose control. Shadows creeping in, I can hear the doubts. Gonna shout out loud, time to hear me now. When the answer's high and you're sinking low, push on through, let your courage show. Trust the path, at times not clear. Through the stormy skies, you're the pioneer.
Awesome. That's a wrap. We're done. All I got to do now is go back to collaborating with Five and get the titles and get the descriptions and everything for the social media posting, and we're pretty much done. I'm not going to go over that at this time. I mostly just wanted to cover how we're creating the videos right now. We'll talk about all the other stuff at another time. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something from this. And if you have any questions about any of the steps in here, or you want to do something similar, please let me know. Post in the comments, hit me up, whatever. If you want to do something with AI, here, check this out. If you're doing any type of video content at all and you need songs, I used to use Epidemic Sounds and a couple other different subscription services that have catalogs of music. Ever since I started using Suno, I don't use any of those anymore because, one, I can make as many new songs as I want to and I never run out. Back in the past, I used to have to jump from subscription service to subscription service just to have access to different sound libraries, because once you use up all the music that you want to use, you have to wait for new stuff to be added, and it doesn't always add what you're looking for, and you just run out of material. When I come into Suno now, I've made so many instrumentals. You don't have to put lyrics. If you just need a background track, anything I did on Healy Marval channel, 99% of all the music on there was strictly done on Suno, right? I think not 99. Well, yeah, because we got dance tracks, which are, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, using Suno just to create instrumental background tracks for your videos is freaking awesome, and you never run out. And what's really cool is you can basically, once you figure out your style, you just create more, create more, create more, create more. It's freaking awesome. So anyway, for now, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed. See you later. Peace.